I want to show you what I'm working on. This is my Trashy Art Journal. I showed you how I was folding those, a quick tip for folding those pages in half. Well, I folded all my junk mail envelopes, and I want to tell you, you can make these Trashy Art Journals even if you do not have junk mail. Just use cereal boxes or old papers, anything that's trashy, anything that you would throw out. I use junk mail because I had a lot of junk mail. But anyway, here's where I am on it. I have let me count. I think about 5 signatures here that I got out of it, and some that I still have that I'm working on. By the way, this is a cover of a watercolor pad that I used when I went urban sketching, and this is my wipe-off page. So this came from urban sketching. I also have a whole section in here of church bulletins. These are all church bulletins from the church that I attend. So I have a whole section on that. I've already gone in and I am determined to use up my craft paint. That is one of my things that I'm going to do. I don't want this craft paint to get so old that I can't use it anymore. So I've been going through and using up old bottles of craft paint, and this is a perfect application for it. I just bound it with the pamphlet stitch, just in and out, in and out, in and out, and then I bound them together as Rosemary showed in her video, and I'll put a link to her video in the description box below. And then I took, this is some duct tape that I had around. Oh, bought it a couple years ago. It's kind of a black lacy duct tape, and I put that for over the binding, and that's what I'm going to use for my Trashy Art Journal. Now let me show you what I got in the trash. I live in an apartment building, so people move in and out a lot. I found this big old Gucci box. Look at it. It's a big old box. I would say, oh, it's probably about 2.5, maybe maybe about 18 inches wide and 15 inches tall by maybe about 9 inches deep. But it's a Gucci box. But it was something that somebody else threw out. And look, there's all this really fun, nice tissue paper in it. Ooh, there's even a Gucci, like a little label thing. I'm going to use this really fun texture box for the cover of my art journal. What is this video all about? I think what I'm going to do in this Trashy Art Journal that Rosemary Morris has started her group for, and I have a lot of pages in here. There are some fun pages. Let me get to one and show you. Oh, look, here's a flour sack. I don't want to go through them all because I did that the other day. This was a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon, and I just painted everything else out except for the Beyond. Here is the studio. I kept the studio, and let's see, let's get to the flip side of that. It's in here. The studio. So I'm keeping certain words. Here, one word says it all with love, and everything else I'm painting out. And then I'm letting some of my paint flow over as I'm painting. Like, I'll paint part and then I'll let it flow over onto the next section. Find an example where I did that. Here's a good example. So I painted this little inclusion, and then I painted kind of like a reddish color around it and let that red go over to the background page, and then I have sort of a square in there. This journal is going to grow. I probably will not be collaging in it. I think what I'm going to do is use my fine liner, and I think I'm going to use my fine liner on all of the pages and just do different fine line paint applicator designs, and that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to go into fast forward because I do want to keep this video relatively short, and I'm going to do my design and you can watch. I don't like this. I'm going to paint it out. It's not going where I want it to go. So I have enough wet paint on here that I can just paint it out. That's what a trashy art journal is all about. If you don't like something, change it. Ooh, I like it better already.